Hi, hey, how you doing? This is going to be now the new place that I'm doing all my tuition and so forth in. Not in this actual room here. This is like part of the garage. I've got like my drum room is over in there. But I'm doing this video basically for a friend of mine over there in the States. We all call him Frog. And he had raised up a question about what are the sort of like little units that I use together with my Handsonic to use it as like a kit. So you've got to say something nice and light and portable. Well, I understand that you've got your hands on a KD-10 Roland kick pad, and you've got your hands on something pretty similar to this. This is a Boss Roland foot switch, the FS5U, excuse me. And what are some of the things you're going to need together with this to really sort of help you use this as a kit. Okay, so I'm just going to move over here, and what you'll see is how I just quickly put this together. Okay, now I'm presuming this is the Handsonic that you've got, the Handsonic 10. I think it's called the HPD-10 according to Roland. There are the newer ones that are out, which is the HPD-20. But you know, this one, which doesn't have the USB port, really you're not going to be mucking around with that sort of thing. You know, this is nice and sort of simple, and yeah, it's got like quite a few things, of course, to be really au fait with it. But just for the sake of setting it up, I'll sort of show what I used. Okay, you would notice I've got a little case over here. It's a nice little sort of hard case. Very similar to the kind of case that you get, say, photographers will buy and they put in like foam inserts and all that sort of stuff. This kind of case I just picked up for $25 from one of the local sort of hardware stores that we have here. It's showing them called Bunnings. No, I'm not plugging for Bunnings, by the way. You're going to have to pay me for that. But I use this to carry the Handsonic in. And basically what I've got is got a few leads in there. Some little important leads you're definitely going to need. Now, there is a stand and clamp that they retail for the Handsonic, but I find it, for me, being a short guy, you know, I'm what, 5'6" or something like that, and I like to sort of sit a little bit low. I find that those kind of stands make the Handsonic sit about this high, and it's just not really comfortable for me. I need it just that little bit lower. So I tend to use this old, this is actually like a 1980s sort of manufactured Pearl stand. I think it's like 1980s or so. Anyway, if you have a look here, it doesn't even have any gear teeth sort of stuff. I love this because there's just infinite amount of angling. You know, I've put it a little bit of an angle, and the reason being is that when setting up the Handsonic, I want to have that tilting just that little bit away from me. I've got the claws, the snare basket, sort of extended a little bit this way. Put the Handsonic in here, keep the grip this side, just like you put in a snare drum. In like that. So this is a stand that can easily accept 10-inch toms and so forth. So anyway, so I put a little bit of an angle. I might sort of just back it off a little bit here. And the reason being is when you're playing like, say, acoustic hand percussion, like, you know, the congas, I tend to sort of like put one conga here, give it a slight tilt. Same thing with djembes and darabukas and so forth. And you know, if I needed to sort of get a slap sound, my hands just do that. It just comes purely from the fact that I've been doing hand percussion. If you're playing the Handsonic and you got this kind of angling, I don't know, it just doesn't sort of feel right for me. But really, you've got to experiment. You know, you could have it out straight like that. But you see like quite a number of people when they play this, it has a slight angle. You know, it's just like that. Right, so I've got that there. And what are the other important little things? Well, with the KD-10 kick pad, what they supply you with, whenever you buy one, is a reversible beater. Now you probably wouldn't have had any experience with this. If you have, that's really cool. But this is what you've got to do, very, very simple. Take the usual beater out. And the reason why you have the reverse beater in here, which is why it's called reverse beater. Oh, I'll get that phone, don't worry. You need it in like that. Alright. It's gone to the answering machine. Okay. So, connecting the KD-7. Okay. That's here. I might sort of just move this back a little bit here. I carried this little rug thing with me. Really simple. And that's the foot switch. Now, both of these, KD-7s and this, have things here that are called a polarity switch. You'll see it marked over there. And you need to know how that polarity switch works when you want to get your open and closed hi-hat sounds in. Right. Now, next thing we need, the power supplies. Very important. I might sort of come up a little bit more closer to the camera over there. This is the important link. A stereo N to mono Ns. If you don't have this type of lead, it's not going to make anything easier with this. Okay? You can't use a stereo to two stereo leads. I'm not sure if they exist. But, you know, you can't have a mono to whatever. It has to be stereo to this. Now, you'll see that there's a nice bit of length on either of these ends here. I made a mistake earlier on going to a music store and got given a lead which is like that, and that unfortunately very much limits your position here, as that's evident. Okay, so you want to get, say, something like that. Actually, originally, the length of these would have been from here to here. I just opened it up a little bit more, like that. So that's not going to damage. They're on two, you know, individual sort of like, you know, wires that are within the rubber housing of this. As long as you don't just split it all the way right up to about here, that's just going to be crazy. Okay, so what do you need this? Well, that is what you're going to need for what's marked as your external foot switch. And then what I do with these ones, I have one end that goes here. You're going to, again, depending on the lead that you get, you're going to have to experiment which lead will go with what. But you only got two leads to worry about, so you can get them 50% right and 50% wrong. Okay, power supply, lead for the amp. Got the power board over here. You know, something like put there. Incidentally, even the power lead and the extension lead and so forth can all easily fit into these few bags. Now, another important thing is a lead going from the Handsonic into the amp. And that's all you need. By the way, if you're wondering what I have here, is I have two, I know this sounds crazy, 30-foot leads. Why? Well, I've been in those sort of big sort of situations where, as a percussionist, I'll be sort of sitting here, and then I find that the mixing desk is over that way. And if I don't have a DI, I have no choice but to have two stereo leads going from here to a mixing desk over on that way. And, you know, it's been a case of, it's been a big sort of stage, you know. But more often than not, if they're competent enough, they'll give you a DI. Okay, for the case of you're getting around, you've got a little amp, you've got your Handsonic and so forth, this little setup that I'm using is just perfect for, say, like, you know, your small capo top style sort of gigs where you've got people with acoustic guitars, you don't want to have a loud drum kit sort of going off. And the beauty of with all electronic sort of devices, you know, you can increase or decrease the volume and you're not crowding anyone. I'll just now plug my leads in here. Okay, I usually have a 6-point sort of like power board, because, like, you know, if I need to sort of plug in things like extra, like a little mixing desk, because I might have like another device, I might have another device into there. And then if I want to have anything like a fan and maybe charge my mobile, it's always advisable to turn up with something that's got, like, you know, a few more sort of power points to it, rather than sort of just coming up with like a little two-point adapter. That's just being silly. Alright, as you can see, we're pretty much 80% done. Because I'm going into the passive sort of lead over here, and I just need to use the mono output right here. There's also a little port here for your headphones and so forth. And basically what we see here is now, switch that on, make sure that you've been turned right down, then bring your volume up and accordingly to over here. Okay, now I've got a jazz kit that's set up on this unit. Okay. Now, one little thing with the foot switch, as you'll notice, it's not like a full footboard. Okay, it's just a little switch here. So, if I want to have the open and closed hi-hat sounds, the trick that I do is I have the heel down here, and if you're very familiar, which I'm sure you are, very familiar with the rolling heel motion, you got that, you know. Feels a little weird at first because you don't have the heel plate over here. But in all honesty, look, we're drummers and percussionists, we adapt to everything. You know, we're not like, you know, whiny little, you know, keyboardists, guitarists and singers, right? Okay, so anyway. So I get my open and close to the hi-hat sound, okay? On this kit set up here, I have 3 toms, snare drum, bass drum right over here. Okay, ride cymbal, rim sort of click sort of sound, so if I need to do like signed a couple of crash sounds here, one there, ride. Just as though I had like a crash here, and a ride over here for a kit. Flash here. I activate the D beam over here. On. Move my hand that way. Go to China. And that's it. That's all I've had to use, or all I needed to set up was that. You know, you get your seat in, roll out your carpet, pop your amp over here. There's your stand, pop your Handsonic on, put pedals, put in your various leads, plug in the leads there, done. How long did that take? Didn't take that